Christmas. And thank you that we can have fun. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Hey, having a good Sunday so far? Yeah? You guys getting the Christmas spirit yet? So much stuff is turning Christmas now. I mean, American Thanksgiving's behind us now, just looking ahead to Christmas. You know what? Last time I was talking to you guys, it was a special Sunday. Do you remember that? It was a baptism Sunday. Well, this Sunday is a special Sunday too. This Sunday is the first Sunday of Advent. Now, can anybody tell me what Advent is or what it means?
Advent? That means we get to open all kinds of chocolate doors and eat chocolate every day till Christmas.
No, it's not an excuse to eat chocolate every day up until Christmas, although that is part of the countdown for some people.
Advent? That means we get to light all kinds of candles. Ah!
Well, yeah, that's part of it. We do light some candles as part of the Advent wreath, typically. But that's all part of a countdown to remind us that something big is coming. You see, Advent is just another word for coming. It's because Advent is a time of preparation, a time of waiting and waiting for the coming of Jesus. We're waiting and preparing for celebrating Jesus' birth. Advent officially starts 4 Sundays before Christmas, so the countdown's really on now. It's a time when we spend some time remembering Jesus was born to save us from our sins, so we can be clean again, forgiven. Remember last time I was talking to you guys too about baptism and being clean and forgiven? And He can take it all away. He can take away the sin. He can make us clean again. Well, Advent is a time to remember that cleaning and becoming clean and the reason that Jesus came to this world. It's also a time when we remember we should be preparing for Jesus' second coming, the time when He's going to come again to make everything right in the world. This year, our theme for Advent is Do Not Be Afraid. Do not be afraid. The first verses we'll be looking at are from the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verses 1 through 10. And it starts like this. A shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse. From his roots, a branch will bear fruit. But there are some really other interesting verses in there too. So we're going to move ahead a little bit. And those ones that I'm going to talk about today have to do with fears. Remember, our theme is do not be afraid. So that's what we're going to explore a little bit further here. The hopes and fears of all the years. In Isaiah 11 verse 6 it says, the wolf will live with the lamb, the leopard will lie down with the goat, the calf and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them.
Hold up here. I have some questions. A wolf and a lamb together. Shouldn't a lamb be afraid of the wolf? Don't wolves eat lambs? And then there's the leopard and the goat. I'm pretty sure leopards eat goats. Shouldn't the goat be afraid? And a calf and a lion, I know. Lions eat calves. Shouldn't the calf be afraid? And then there's the small child you were talking about. Shouldn't he be the most scared of them all?
Well, you are right. In all those cases, the lamb, the goat, the calf, the child, they should be afraid. But you see, when we read a little further, we see there's a promise that no one will be hurt and that no one will have any reason to be afraid. When Jesus comes again, He'll make everything right in the world and we'll have no reason to fear anymore. There'll be peace and rest and perfection. Jesus came to the earth once as a baby, and He's the child those verses are talking about there, the child that's leading. Jesus grew up and He took our punishment for sin when He died on the cross. And He's set to come again. Only the next time He comes, He'll come as a king to restore peace on earth. There won't be any more crying or pain. Like I said, no more reason to be afraid. So as we look forward to Christmas and celebrating Jesus' first coming in His birth, we can also look forward to His second coming. In order to remember that more than just once on Sunday, I have a couple of craft ideas that you guys can do at home with your family so you can remember it throughout the week leading up to Christmas. The first one is called the Jesse tree, and I'm going to show you guys that just right here, okay? So what we have here is something that Miss Rachel Hoekstra came up with, and she's going to be distributing it at church for some of you guys. And if you can't pick it up at church, just get in touch with Miss Rachel Hoekstra and she'll be able to hook you guys up with this. So you'll get a little packet that looks like this here. And it'll also come with some things like this. Some symbols to remind you of the Christmas season as we wind down the days towards Christmas. And so we've got the stump of Jesse here with the shoot coming up. We've got the world, we've got a serpent, rainbow, some sandals, some stars, all kinds of stuff. 25 things. And in that packet that you guys got, there's 25 different little devotionals as well that you can read with your families. So we got Jacob's Ladder, we've got Advent Story, 25 different devotionals that you guys can do. And I have another idea though too. And then you can hang those on the tree. You can hang those on the tree. You can color them, and then you can hang them on the tree as a reminder every day, 25 days up until Christmas, and then on Christmas as well. Now, if you're feeling ambitious, you can make an ornament for the Christmas tree as well to remind you of God's promise to us. In order to start, you'll need a real Christmas tree. So, step 1, convince your parents to cut one down or get one from the store. Whatever works for you. Step 2, cut a round piece off of the bottom. Step 3 is coming up right now. Okay guys, so you got your tree stumps cut now. I have a thick one here and I have a thin one. Make sure you get your parents to help you out with this as well. So your mom or your dad or an adult who can help you out with this too. What you're gonna need is a drill with a small drill bit, and we're gonna get 2 small branches as well. And we're gonna take those branches and we're gonna put them in there. Because remember, our verse for this week is Isaiah 11 verse 1. A shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse. So we're gonna pretend like these are kind of stumps, and they can be kind of like Christmas decorations too, to remind us of the Christmas season and how Jesus came from the line of Jesse. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take our drill, we're gonna drill a hole, and then the thick one, if you want to make a thick one like this, you can do it this way. So I'm gonna take a drill and I'm gonna drill down an angle so that it will come up a little bit as well. So it'll come up the side a little bit. So we're gonna start the drill. We're just gonna drill enough in there so that we can get this branch jammed into there. So once you have a hole in there, take your branch, stick it in there, and there you go. A shoot coming up from the stump of Jesse. And the other one, this one's gonna hang on the tree. This is gonna be like an ornament for the tree. So what we're gonna do is, instead of putting it in the side like that, we're gonna put it in the top over here. Okay, and now this time, what we're gonna do is take this branch, stick it in there. Okay, perfect. We're gonna stick it in there, and then if you guys get a hanger or something like that, can you see that? You get a hanger or something like that and put it on top of here, you can hang it on your tree. And to remind you of the verse, why don't we write it on there too? So we'll write it on there, okay? Here you go, guys. A shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse. And of course, as we talked about earlier, that shoot was Jesus. He was the shoot that came up from the stump of Jesse that was promised hundreds of years before he was born. Okay, guys, so it's 2 really cool ideas. And you can write that on this one too. You can write that on this one too. This one can just sort of sit around as a Christmas decoration that you can have to remind you. And this one too, you can hang that one on your tree to remind you of God's promise to send Jesus, his son, to save us all from our sins. 2 great ideas that you guys can do this Christmas. That's it. That's all you have to do. Then you can hang the new ornament on your Christmas tree to remind you of God's promise to send Jesus the first time and his promise to come again to make everything right in the world and to make sure there's no more crying or sadness or fear. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday and a great week, a great first Sunday of Advent. We look forward to talking to you guys again soon. All right, have a great day.